CS to reconsider the appointment of Oboda, citing integrity issues and conflict of interest. In a letter signed by the board chairman, retired Richard Mbithi, the board indicated several emerging issues. Reference to a circular dated 20th April 2022 issued by the permanent secretary to the cabinet and head of public service, indicating the appointee was doing business with Portland and he has been involved in fraud. The board further exonerated itself from any blame, saying by the time it submitted 3 names for consideration, the board was not privy to the red flags that have negative e-business implications as listed NSE entity. On 23rd December, EAPCC workers shut down the company's Athi River plant, protesting against the appointment of Oboda. The operations in the plant have since resumed. Several cases have been launched in court opposing the appointment. One of the cases by one of the board directors will be heard on 20th January 2025 at Employment and Labor Relations Court in Milimani before Lady Justice Christine Barry. More families are coming forward claiming they do not know the whereabouts of their loved ones after a non-masked man allegedly took them. Latest figures indicate that the number of those abducted has risen to 13 this December alone, bringing the total to 93 since the Gen Z protests began. 4 new cases have emerged from Lolongo and Githurai areas, with families unaware of the whereabouts of their loved ones aged between 23 and 35. Martin Opio interacted with some of these families and shares with us their anguish.
A cloud of grief engulfing the release of press statements as these families remain clueless about the whereabouts of their loved ones and their fate. Susan Kalana, sister to Kalana Mwema, claims that her brother disappeared on December 16th this year after being confronted by 3 masked men in the Mulolongo area. Since then, Kalana has not been seen.
Kalani Mwema yuko wapi? Bradhangu mdogo ako wapi jameni? Tunaumia sana, tumemtafuta na tumpati. Chui kama ako hai, hatujui, ila tu tunaomba Mungu ili aweze kumwezesha kumrudisha nyumbani akiwa mzima. Tutashukuru.
She says she has no knowledge of what her brother did wrong, whom he offended, or when he will be returned dead or alive.
Sasa hao watu walikuwa wamevaa mask, hatujui walipelekwa wapi. Nimetembea jana, nimeshinda nikitembea police station, nikaenda ya Kayole, nikaenda huko Ruaraka, nikaenda tena Utawala, nikapita tena Mlolongo, sikupata jina yake yote. Tunaumia sana, mali alipo aweze kutoka.
Susan asserts that her brother has never publicly criticized the government, leaving them puzzled as to the reason for his abduction.
Yani asla, Mr. President, ulisema utasimama na asla, ukasema utatupea haki, lakini tunateseka tu. Mr. President, please, tuangalie tu vile ulisema.
She alleges that 7 people were involved in the kidnapping with masked faces and identification plates.
Wakati bradhangu alishikwa date 16, ilikuwa ni Monday saa 5. Walikuwa wanaenda Mwingi. So kuna yule kijana mwenye walikuwa wanafanya kazi na yeye, walikuwa wanafanya kazi hapo Mlolongo. Walikuwa wameketi tu hivyo, gari 2 za Harrier zikakuja. Silikuwa na watu 7 ndani. Mtu mmoja alishuka na nilishuku kwamba kuna hao vijana, hao brothers zangu walikuwa hapo ndani juu. Wakati ule mtu alishuka, alikuja direct mahali ule kijana alikuwa na akashikwa, akawekwa kwa gari na walikuwa wamejifunga mask. Hata ungejua huyo mtu ni nani, na gari na number plates za gari zote zilikuwa zimefichwa, na hivyo ndivyo gari ilienda, na simu ya huyo kijana mwenye alishikwa saa hiyo ikakuwa mteja mara hiyo. Hata haikutake time.
Duncan also claims that his brother was apprehended on the same day on December 16th in Mlolongo area, and since then communication with his brother has been cut off. He says vehicles with concealed number plates surrounded and abducted his brother as he was heading to work. What remains is only unimaginable pain.
Yeah, we actually appealing to the community. And if those guys have been seen anywhere, either been murdered or just been locked somewhere, if you have any kind of information, kindly reach us, because we are in so much pain. We haven't gone for Christmas celebration because we have nothing to celebrate. Wow
from Lolongo, like the rest, is also searching for his 35-year-old grandson, Martin Njuko. They remain uncertain whether he is alive or not. He too is said to have disappeared on December 16th in Lolongo area. Their efforts to locate him has so far borne no fruit. They only have one appeal to the government.
Kwa naomba serikali tusaidie kuweza kutafuta yeye. Sababu mahali yako hatujui ni wapi. Tujui kama ako hai ama amekufa.
Naomba tu serikali yetu iweze kutulinda vile tulikuwa tumeongea tukampea kura Mr. President. Tunakuomba tafadhali uweze tu kurudishia mtoto wetu, bradhangu yuko wapi Kalani. Jameni, tumemtafuta na tumuoni. Tumepata kila mahali, tujampata. Tunaelekea wiki ya pili, tujampata. Tunaumia sana.
Mr. President, please, ingilia kati uone watoto wako wanaumia. Ulituambia tukupatie kura. Na mimi mwenyewe nilikupigia kura nikiwa Ndangoreti. Sasa nilichange kura yangu kutoka Kibra nikapeleka Ndangoreti. Nisimame na wewe. Lakini all along watoto wetu wanapotea, wanauliwa. Unapata hata hatuna amani. Hatuna amani kabisa na maisha yetu. Sasa unataka tuame tuende wapi?
Kelvin Mudhoni, aged 23, is also reported to have been abducted yesterday at 5 p.m. in Githurai 45 area and is still missing. These new cases add to the tally of abductions this month, bringing the total to 13 after the 4 new cases reported today. Notably, cartoonist Gideon Kibet and his brother Ronnie Kiplagat are still unaccounted for. Others missing include Ronnie Kavingo Mbisi, Billy Mwangi, Peter Muteti and Bernard Kavuli. Since the Gen Z's protest began, the new tally, according to activists and Gen Z's, now brings the abduction cases to at least 93. Martin Opio, K24 TV, Nairobi.
Well, heart-wrenching story right there, and our thoughts and prayers go out to those families. On that note, we wrap up K24 Newscut. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Harriet Chimen. Our sign language interpreter has been Walter Asewe. Good afternoon.